And how's it going, everybody? This is Splattercat with the next episode of our Towns Let's Play. Since you were last here, some things have changed. You'll see I've got some construction going on here. This building I have christened Fort Funsies, and I think it will be it's going to be the entrance, basically. It's going to be the entrance to our dungeon. And it's actually going to have a spiral staircase, as you can see, running downwards. I may booby-trap the staircase. I'm not really sure. I'm going to see how things turn out and just like kind of what my workflow is. And we've got 2 more layers to go until it hits the bottom, and I can get rid of this scaffolding and finish the floor and put in some cool pillars and just make it look kind of sexy. Over here, the bridge to Awesome Island has not changed much. I put in a support pedestal there. I'm thinking I'm going to have to put in some more of these columns, probably in the middle, to make it look structurally sound. I'm not really sure. I'm not an engineer, so I'm just kind of eyeballing what kind of looks right to me based on bridges that I've seen in the past that were kind of made out of stone, but we were able, an ironmonger was here, and we were able to get like 10, 15 iron from him, and it allowed us to get our forge up and running. And then that forge, in turn, allowed us to get a stove up and running, so we were able to get rid of one of our cook fires. The cook fires are able to be automated. I did want to explain this to you guys, just in case you didn't know. If you go to your utilities menu here on the left, you can go down to the bottom, and you can set right here how many of your cook fires you want them to renew, and if it goes out, you can tell them to renew here, and that takes a wood and a flint. Or if it's only a low cooking fire, you can have them renew it to a full cooking fire with just a piece of wood, and you can set up the automation there. I've got it set that I want 1 full cooking fire at any given time, so they're taking care of business automatically. I don't have to keep rescheduling it. I'm going to keep building the roof here at this location because there's not a whole lot of stuff going on at the moment. So I'm thinking, let's see here, go to my roof menu, and I decided to go with a clay roof here because we hadn't done a clay roof yet. We're just kind of working our way out towards the corner. We're doing that on the lower level as well. So I'm trying to do kind of a multi-tiered building situation here, or a multi-tiered roofing situation. And I think it'll look nice once we get it all sorted out. You will have to go up to, you know, the specific layer in order for the shading to work properly, which is kind of annoying. It makes it all look like it's on the same level, but what can you do? Hopefully it'll be distinguished by this front edge right here. Now, several heroes have left, actually. They've gotten bored and just bailed because I'm not really ready to open up the next level of the dungeon. I haven't crafted a lot of the gear that I would like to craft yet. I do want to craft some bone gear and just kind of deposit it in the areas where my heroes will be hanging out so they can see it, they can pick it up, they can equip themselves. Some of them have boots of haste and things of that nature that are helping them accelerate their combat prowess, but really they're kind of just holding on to the main equips they already have. It's an issue that I know how to fix, it's just something that I haven't really set my time to yet. Now, we did lose Valeri. Our hero Valeri left. He got bored, and apparently he no longer wanted to pursue his career of spider punching and just decided to bounce out entirely. We did have a ghost that was kind of chasing our citizens with lightsabers around down here, and banging chains and pots and pans and just making a racket and generally just disturbing the peace. And then a hero came down here and punched him to death. So I guess in Mount Worthless, that's how we get rid of ghosts. We just punch them to death. And that seems to solve our problems. I've noticed kind of a trend in Mount Worthless. Whenever we have a problem, we seem to just punch it to death. We don't seem to use a lot of finesse when it comes down to getting things done. We prefer the direct approach, and that's fine. It's the Mount Worthless way. I am going to go ahead and get my next layer put in here while they're busy working on other stuff, because I would like to get to the lower layer right now. So I'm thinking that's the right layer. We'll take a look and see what happens. I'm not positive that's the right layer, but if it's the wrong one, we'll be okay. And actually, I think it might be the wrong one. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on it. Whatever happens, happens. I did build some more houses because we have gotten a crop of immigrants. We've gotten 6 more immigrants, I think, since the last time you saw this place. Maybe just 2 or 3 more. I don't know. I'd have to go watch the video. I'm thinking that once this is done, I'm going to put in pillars, make it look all nice. Once I get some glass, I'll put in some windows that'll look all sexy. Make it look more like a house, or more like a fort, and less like a weird building made of concrete construction road dividers. But anyways, other things that I'd like to have on the map is I really do want to get my Badger Arena going up here. For those of you, oh, we have another merchant who's apparently on the way. So he'll show up. Hopefully it's an ironmonger. If it's another bone merchant, I'm going to be upset because those guys tend to be just absolutely worthless. They don't do me a lot of good. I may buy some armor from them in this situation just because it'll save me some build queue, it'll save me some time. But I don't seem to see where the merchant is coming from, so we'll just wait for him to get here. There is highlighted material up here, so we'll keep an eye on it. I may add front rounding to this to make it look a little bit more round and less blocky. I haven't decided on that regard yet either. Go ahead and... it's a food merchant. Well, I guess it's better than a bone merchant. Although the bone merchant would have been useful for me in this regard, so... I guess we'll just have to deal with not having what we want at the moment. And not getting what we want. It's part of life. And we'll continue roofing that building there. I haven't been really roofing my huts lately. I've grown tired of this layout. I wish I had spaced this out a little more and made it look a little more natural. For now, it makes condensed housing for lots of people, so it's fine. It's not something that I absolutely loathe, but it's something I'm not super fond of anymore. Take a look at my food supplies here. We have plenty of bread and steaks and things. Hopefully, what I've noticed is there's a direct correlation in my society between starving and work queues. Now that I have more people, because they're consuming more food, it seems like less and less often people come to make food, even though it's at the top of the list of what they should be doing. And what I mean is, now that I have more citizens, I've found that they're more likely to do hauling tasks like this than they are cook food, even though hauling is at the bottom. Hauling and construction are way at the bottom of our list. And that may be due to the butchering is actually low. I didn't notice that butchering was low on the list, so we'll go ahead and move butchering up. And gathering down. There we go. And that should keep us, I think, producing steaks. I didn't notice that at all, so I guess it's a good thing in retrospect that I decided to take a look at that with you guys here. Because I didn't even realize that my hauling queue butchery was lower than other things that it shouldn't be lower than. So we are going through our cow population pretty quickly. But it's not something that I think will be okay. That's probably what I'll use this little area for, is just to make another cow pen so that we don't have that issue any further. And it looks like we're ready to queue up some more roofs, so we'll do that. And we will continue to queue up roof tiles here. And see if we can get that roofing project done by the end of today. I'm thinking we do have some space back here. I kind of want to put in some decorative stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and build that as well, just to see if we can't maximize happiness while my people are hanging out down here. I'm going to go to decorative, and let's see what we have for indoor decorations first before I 100% decide. Okay. I was kind of hoping I could hang banners inside, but I guess I can't. So I'll go ahead and I suppose I will put in more candles, since you can never have too many candles. There we are. Put in some more candles, keep this place illuminated, keep people working first and foremost. And now what I plan to do on this lower layer, I'll kind of explain it to you guys. Now that the space is cleared out, really what I'm kind of trying to focus on is I'm going to start making 4x4 chambers down here, and I'm going to seal them off with doors, and this is kind of an advanced tactic to control your workflow. Someone on the forums came up with this, but I'm going to share it with you guys. You make little chambers, just little squares or whatever shape you want to make them, and once you have those chambers in place, you lock them with a door. And you can lock the door, and basically what that'll do is it'll force your townies to gather certain items. So once you build each chamber, you put a barrel in there, or several barrels, and you'll say, this chamber is all stone. Every barrel in this chamber is stone. Every barrel in the next chamber is spiderite. Every barrel in the next chamber is copper, and so forth. And once you have that set up, you can lock all the things you don't want them to gather. So if you specifically want your townies to only gather spiderite, you would lock everything except the spiderite door, and they will all go in and just gather spiderite like crazy. Now, on this lower layer, something that has come up is I've noticed we don't have any iron, which is disappointing. I do really, really wish we had some iron on this layer, but it just does not seem to be in the cards. I am going to keep mining out these walls and just keep hoping that it's underneath some of this kind of useless stone here. If it is, it'll be our luck. If it isn't, then I guess luck will just not be with us, and we'll have to go down to a lower layer in order to find iron. But for now, I'm not going to really panic just yet. I do wish the iron was a little more apparent, and I wish that it was available for gathering, but sometimes you just don't have luck like that. The worst case scenario, I'll mine out a wall right here, and we'll get our heroes back down into the dungeon. And I can guarantee you that once we cross this wall right here, there's going to be a huge dungeon on this other side that they can start checking out too. And maybe we'll find iron over there. I think this is probably a good spot to cut off this Let's Play / update. We haven't had any invasions or sieges yet, which is good because we'd be in a little bit of trouble. We'd be up Shit's Creek, I think, if that happened at the moment. Because I'm not really liking our armory situation. I would like to have better gear, but that's going to be on the slate for the future. My name is Splattercat. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, anything to help the channel out. It really does help me, and I do appreciate it. I'll see you next time, guys.